Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel, Roseology. This is your November to December energetic monthly forecast for all of my water signs out there. So that is Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. So if your sun, moon, or rising signs fall into Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, then this is the video for you. So this month we check out the energy surrounding your health, relationships, finances, challenges, and blessings. So this month I switched it up and decided to do things a little different where I combined all of the signs to their element. So every single sign will still get its own individualized energetic forecast. If you just want to go on ahead and just jump straight into your own signs, monthly energetic forecast breakdown, then the timestamps are left down below in the description and the comments box. But I just ended up pairing all of the air signs, earth signs, water signs, and fire signs together. So I have a few things to address before getting started. So like I said, if you want to head straight to your reading, I've left the timestamps down below in the description and the comment section. Okay, so let me just mention, there is a skull in the video, you guys. There is a skull in the video. And I just wanted to mention this because I know some of you are probably like, yeah, okay, whatever. But a select few of you did tell me some time ago that you're not fond of skulls for whatever reason, and that's why I stopped using them in my readings some time ago. But I do love them. I think that they are beautiful, and especially this one because it has the zodiac wheel carved on top of it with the constellations, and I love it so much. As you guys can see, well, you probably can't see, but as you guys can see, there's like a all these zodiac signs. I think that this type of stuff is cute. That's just me though. And I love it. So I'm going to be using it this month, and probably I'll probably be using it on my channel as well. Maybe not in every video, but definitely in the videos to come, because this is just me. This is what I'm into. This is what I like. And I want to be as authentic with you guys. I don't really want to be using things in my videos just to try to get more views or just to try to make certain people comfortable. If this is just what I like, it's what I like. And so, you know, I understand if it's not your thing, but just putting that out there. So, but another thing that I wanted to mention to you guys is when I do these readings, a majority of you already understand this, but some people come to these tarot readings really expecting answers. And I just wanted to clearly say that I never proclaim to have the answers, okay? And that's why I have a disclaimer before every video of mine that you have to utilize your own intuition in these readings, in my readings anyways, to receive the clarity it is that you are looking for. I don't profess to call myself a healer, a shaman, a witch, Reiki master, whatever, a spiritualist, a guru. I don't proclaim to call myself anything like that because I'm still learning, healing, growing, and evolving just like the rest of you. And learning and healing never stops. It is a lifestyle. So I don't have the answers to your life. Only you do. Just like I don't go consulting others for answers to my life, because I know that when the time is right, the clarity will reveal itself to me. I read the language of energy with my readings and not concrete answers, because these are general readings, one, and everyone's life is so completely different. Unless I intuitively receive a very detailed message during a reading, which I do sometimes, and I will mention it, but usually I really try to stay away from details because everybody comes from a different walk of life. That's just the wide spectrum of differences that we're dealing with when we talk about the collective. Not everybody is having the same life incarnation and the same life experiences, and I definitely take that into consideration when I'm doing these readings. So I try to accommodate everyone. So for those of you looking for concrete answers about, you know, when is this going to happen, how is this going to happen, who's this person I'm going to fall in love with, I want their social security number and their address, it's like I don't have these details, you guys. And you know, the universe, this is not me coming up with these answers. The universe reveals certain things when it wants to. Everything works on divine timing. I am not God. And another thing as well that I want to mention is I don't want you guys to come to me or anyone else for healing. Know that you can heal yourself. Know that you have the answers. Start relying first and foremost on you. Do not give that power to me or anybody else. And if someone is taking that power from you by telling you that you need them for magic or healing or understanding or this or that, just know that that's a lie, okay? And you have the power to change your own life. I am not going to do that for you because I literally cannot. Nobody can. One Reiki session, one meditation session, going to church on Sundays, lighting a candle, reciting a mantra is not going to change your life. If you want to change your life, you have to be committed, because this is a lifestyle. It's not a session. This is everyday work that the universe needs to see you put in for the universe to reinvest into you. And you know, that's why I take these breaks sometimes too as well, where I wish I could upload every single day for you guys. I would if I could. But you know, there are times where I'm just called to just stop and to plug in, to do my research, to study, to just not do anything sometimes. And these are the times where I'm receiving downloads of information. These are the times where I'm receiving more and more clarity on my own perspective and my own spiritual journey. That just plays into the fact that, like I was just saying, I'm still healing, growing, learning, and evolving just like you guys. So I never want you guys to rely on me or anyone else. I want you to be able to rely on yourself. We can all support each other through this, but depending on each other is it can be a very dangerous thing. So I will not do the work for you. No one is, and no one should, because we all have our own journey that we are dedicated to, that we need our own energy and strength to get through. So let's help and support each other on this journey, but please do not set yourself up or people up on an impossible task to fix or heal you, because you'll just keep going back to that person every time there's an issue or every time there's a this or that. Don't give your power away like that. Remember who you are. So I love these readings where we are reading energy, divining energy, and applying it to our life, our own specific individual life, because we are learning how to walk on our own path with our own 2 feet. And that's always my goal here on my channel. Some of you won't like to hear that, but literally, like, every single one of you on my channel that have subscribed to my channel, my soul family, you guys I already know you guys, like, you guys love putting in that hard work and labor when it comes to working on you. And I love you guys for that. You are a strong force to be reckoned with. I love a warrior. We all have it in us, but from my warrior to yours, thank you. I appreciate you. And, keep conquering life, because it's amazing. I love seeing you guys work and the progress it is that you guys make in your life. And you guys are not making progress. You guys are not getting healed. You guys are not making things happen because of me. Okay, just know that it's not because of me or any other healer on this world or any other pastor or a church or a religion. It's not because of that. It's because of you. You're deciding to put your work into this. We're co-creators. Even the Most High, even Spirit itself cannot help us if we do not want to help ourselves. Okay, so obviously I can't help you. No one else can. This is all up to you. And if you are healing, if your life is getting better, pat yourself on the back. So before we get started, let me just say that this is a general reading. And in order for this reading to resonate with you specifically, you have to be intuitively synced into the energy of this reading. To help you all do that, I'll be providing a 30-second meditation. So if you'd like to participate, bring your awareness to your body, starting with your feet and then working your way up in sections. Then take a deep breath in through your nose for around 5 seconds. Hold that breath for 3 seconds. Then exhale out of your mouth for 6 to 7 seconds, gently drawing your navel in towards your spine as you exhale. After breathing like that a few times, we'll start that meditation right now. All right, hopefully that was enough time to get your psychic voice activated. Don't forget to check out your moon, rising, and Venus sign videos if you have not already. I want to take this time to thank your beautiful guides, my beautiful guides, our higher self, and the Most High for these messages. And don't forget, you guys, to head down to the timestamps so you're not sitting through the entirety of this video, because like I said, your own sign has its own individualized reading for this month. So check out the timestamps, okay? Now, without further ado, let's go on ahead and get to your reading. All right, Pisces, welcome to your reading. So we'll be starting off with the tarot cards before getting to the oracle cards. And this card all the way over here to the left will be showing me the energy surrounding your health for this month of November, heading into December. And so your health could be physical, mental, emotional, spiritual health. So let's go on ahead and take a look. And we have the Star. Okay, so there's many of you that are hard at work with your health this month. You're starting over. So you may have started a new diet, an exercise regimen, or changed a lifestyle of yours. And so it's like starting over. Or you may be coming into that energy for this November heading into December. Many of my Pisces will be researching getting back to your roots in a sense. So going vegan or vegetarian, being a lot more conscious about what you put in your body because you want to undo damage that may have been done. And this could be physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual health, or a combination of these. And it could also be simple things like just cutting down on sugar or cutting back on fried foods or fast foods, something like that. But I keep using physical health examples. So I apologize for that, because it could be a combination of, like I was saying, physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual health. And so this is a general health reading with this card here. But you're going back to the things that make you feel good and that makes sense to you, because there's some damage that's been done. There's been some sort of brutal realization for my Pisces recently about how certain choices or patterns have affected you in your health. And so you're trying to start over. You're trying to find ways to undo what's been done to your health. And this is you starting over completely and making some really drastic changes. It won't be easy at first for some of you, but I see you so committed that you power through the growing pains of getting used to this new lifestyle. But this is a huge lifestyle change for you. All right, so let's move on to this card here. This will be showing me the energy surrounding your relationships. So that could be your love life, platonic relationships, relationships with your family, relatives, friends, coworkers, things like that. Let's take a look. And we have here the Ace of Cups. So you're going to be operating at such a high frequency this month, Pisces. And because of that, your relationships are going to feel so positive, upbeat, and fulfilling. I see the people in your life feeding you, and not just you giving to them, but there's like this kinship here that's very harmonious. It's like everyone's in alignment with the same goal, or everyone is working towards this good place in the relationship. So I see a lot of healing in your relationships as well. I see you helping them to heal and them helping you. There's this almost like figure 8 momentum of energy where you feel them and they feel you. It's so synchronized, this connection in your relationships, and it's going to provide so much to you and to them. It's amicable, it's peaceful, it's cooperative, it's beautiful, honestly. Even the healing, which can be messy and dirty and painful, is fulfilling here. And there's an element of peace to it, which is very interesting. And I just see you being so filled by the people in your life, as well as this is the Ace of Cups. So this is the card of self-fulfillment, self-love, self-peace. There's no one else involved in this card, as you can see. There's no one involved, period, because this is an ethereal divine source offering a well of fulfillment to you and you only. It's going to feel like it came from nowhere. So this could be you and only you connecting to a higher source or power who has an infinite source of healing, love, and abundance. But either way, I see you tapping into that stream. Moving on to this card here, this will be showing me the energy surrounding your finances, career, professional life, your school life. So let's take a look. And we have the 10 of Cups in reverse. Okay, so there looks like there could be a change in the professional sector of your life, Pisces. It looks like what used to support you and your responsibilities, or what used to support your family, may not be the same source you depend on in November heading into December. It looks like there could be some changes. So maybe you were thinking about moving or quitting or getting into a different branch. Maybe you want to work in a different environment, focus your time and energy on something different, a different goal, something like that. Maybe you're reaching for a new goal. Maybe you want a promotion. Maybe you want to, there's something here with dealing with change. I'm seeing change with this. Like what you used to do or what the circumstances used to be, I see changing. And I don't know why, but I see many of you happy about this. I see many of you, if this applies, being fulfilled and so excited about this. It's like whatever you decide to move on to or to change, you'd rather be doing that. I'll put it that way. Like you'd rather this change come into your life. You're happy about it. But I feel like whatever provides you stability is changing. So some of you also may be the breadwinner in your family or household, and it looks as though there's some help that comes in here this month. Like someone else picks up a job or is able to start helping financially, something along those lines, where it's like the main source that everyone in the family relies on is changing. And it looks like support coming into me. I know this is in reverse, and reversals to some don't have a great meaning. But what I'm receiving from this is change, help, support, something else coming in or changing entirely to help with the weight of this responsibility. As well as I need to say this, but to be careful about trying to make everyone happy, because one downside I'm seeing is this will drain you if you are trying to make everyone else happy. This will leave you high out to dry if you take care of everyone else before yourself. It's just what I'm hearing, okay? So let's go ahead and move on to this card here. This will be showing me the challenging energy that you may face for this month. And we have here the Hierophant in reverse. I don't know why, but I just heard you want to do the right thing. And the challenge here is that you you may feel like you're not equating up to the person that you are supposed to be or the person you need to be for everyone else. This feels like pressure a little bit, where you think of everyone else before thinking about you, where you honor everyone else and their needs before yourself, as if their needs are more important. Needs are needs at the end of the day, and they are equal in every way because it's a necessity. It's not a desire. So whatever you need, it's your job to honor that and to make sure that you are giving to yourself. Like, yes, we have this Ace of Cups here, but it's an offering to you and only you, because you are being depleted from something here. That's what I'm getting. And that something could be you neglecting your own needs. You could be contributing to this draining of your own energy and this draining of your own life force. If you can't be who everyone else needs you to be, that doesn't make you a failure, because you are trying. You are doing everything in your power to wear all of these different hats and to maintain that. But you are a human and you're one person. Even the universe is trying to offer you some assistance with this Ace of Cups here. So the challenge here is knowing how to give to you, how to give back to you, especially if you're being depleted. It's going to be really important that whatever is depleting you, that you are giving yourself back, that you are replenishing yourself 3 times as much as you are being drained. Okay. And moving on to this card here, this will show me the blessing or the fortunate energy that you'll be dealing with for this month of November heading into December. And the card that we have here is the Fool in reverse. Okay. So the blessing here is being forced to start over. So this card, being in reverse, is screaming at me that you don't want to change. You're very resistant to the change. And that's a big theme for this November for my Pisces, is change. And there being some resistance to that. But the blessing here is you being forced into a place where you have to start thinking of you and putting yourself at the same level of priority that you do for everyone else. It's like in taking care of everyone else, or in taking care of all these responsibilities, you forgot to take care of you. And I see Spirit literally stopping you and forcing you to stop and to change that. This might not be you taking care of or prioritizing other people. This could be you prioritizing work too much, or friends too much, or money too much, or something else. You know what I mean? So whatever this is, it's made you forget about you. And that's what I'm seeing here, is you coming to a place where it's like, you know what? This new beginning, this new fresh start that I'm embarking on is going to be me considering myself, me making myself a priority. I see that that's a very big change for you, because you're so used to always kind of almost being distracted in a way by other things, and not to call like your loved ones or things that are important to you a distraction, but in a sense it kind of pulls you away from you, and it almost pulls you away in a sense where you are neglecting you and your own needs. And because you're giving so much to this other source that you forget to give to you. And I see that this is kind of like that new start for you, where it's like, oh, wow, I've never really taken care of myself like this before, or I've never really done anything for me before. I always feel so guilty about it, or I always feel like I need to be doing something else instead of just doing for me. It's always felt selfish or something like that. But this is not selfish. This is just you preserving yourself. This is you taking care of yourself. This is you maintaining yourself. Okay. So let's go ahead and check out you guys' oracle cards, because the oracle cards came from your guides. And so let's see what message they have to give to you for this month. All right. And the very first one that we have is Sphinx. Choose your words carefully. The Chalice, rejuvenation and fulfillment. Connect to heart. Hopefully you can see that. Ask body. Interesting. Prosperity. As this tree grows so strong, so fine, so may I prosper from the universal divine. And beauty. I have a form which is divine. I allow what is within to shine. Okay, so starting with beauty. Again, I'm seeing Spirit come in to say, don't forget to take care of you, to treat yourself, to pamper yourself. That's the vibe that I'm getting from this card heavy, is like, don't forget to take care of you. In order to maintain your own beauty and to preserve yourself, you have to maintain your needs. This feels like Venus to me. Very Venus vibes, very Empress vibes, where it's like, you know, I need to nurture myself. I need to take care of myself. Sometimes you have to do that, and don't feel guilty about it, because it's just going to take away from you taking care of yourself, you know? So even if you are taking out time and moments to pamper yourself, to give back to yourself, if you're feeling guilty in those moments, you're not going to be able to give to yourself in the way that you need to, because you're going to be overshadowed by that feeling of guilt or shame or selfishness. And so you have to really learn how to kind of drop that and say, you know what, I'm going to do this for me and I'm going to enjoy it. Okay. And Moving on to prosperity here. So beautiful. I told you guys, whatever this change here is with this 10 of cups in reverse, or right here with this 10 of cups in reverse, I'm seeing you embrace it entirely. I knew I wasn't seeing this 10 of cups in reverse as a bad thing for some reason, even though it's in reverse. And that's because this change coming in is going to work out much better for you than the system that you were operating from beforehand. So this will be prosperous for you, and your guides are just coming through to confirm that. Moving on to ask body and connect to heart. So it's interesting because it's the same vibration with these cards, but they're two different cards. Both of these cards are dealing with the body, just like the star card here that I was talking about. You are connecting back to source. Like I said earlier in this reading, you're going back to your roots and the simplicity of things, lifestyles and habits that make you feel better, because your habits form lifestyles, and our lifestyle becomes our patterns, and patterns are hard to break once you get used to them. But you've come to be very aware of that this month, Pisces. And that's why you're in such a phase for change with this star card and this 10 of cups. That may feel a little more forced, but it's major change for you. And yeah, we even have the Fool card here. This is just all about change. This is all about new beginnings, honestly. And moving on to the Sphinx is so much like the Hierophant down here, because the Hierophant communicates with God, and then he delivers that message back to humanity. He's known as the Pope of the Tarot. So this is telling me to be careful. Well, not the Hierophant, but the Sphinx is telling me to be careful with your words, because they carry power and they have a way of shaping the reality that you live in. So even if you don't see the benefits in these changes that are happening this November to December, watch your words carefully. So if you're complaining about these changes, be cautious of that, because these changes are major blessings in disguise for you. And if you're not appreciative of these things, it could influence how things turn out for you, okay? And the Chalice here, yes, rejuvenation and fulfillment. What did I tell you guys? Just like with this Ace of Cups, there's a lot of fulfillment coming to you. And I even said that you are going to be so filled and inspired by this harmonious relationship, whether it's with the people in your life, or you with yourself, or some other higher power. Is going to give you an abundance of what it is that you need, whether that be love, strength, support, answers, clarity, progress, manifesting, whatever you need. I see coming to you in a way that it fills you and gives you this new lease on life sort of feeling, or sort of energy, where it's just like, this is so new, this is so different. Yeah, maybe it's a little uncomfortable, but you guys are Pisces, you guys are a mutable sign. The fact that we're in Scorpios, which is a fixed sign, a fixed water sign. Yeah, it's a fixed water sign, and you're a mutable water sign. So, you know, the fact that we are in Scorpio season for November, until we move into Sagittarius, which is also another mutable sign, but it's a fire sign. But while we're in Scorpio season, it may feel a little strange for you. Because when this change comes in, even though you're a mutable sign, you're able to go with the flow. Being in this fixed season, you may be feeling that energy of, but I don't want things to change, because that's what fixed signs are. They're kind of stuck on the same routine. Fixed signs are kind of like, the more they change, the more they stay the same, basically. So, you know, it may be a little offsetting for you, or it may be a little off-putting for you to deal with some of these changes, but they're going to be really beneficial for you. And as we exit Scorpio season and move into December and move into late November, early December, moving into Sagittarius season, that is when, you know, I think you'll start to feel a little bit more like okay with these changes, and you'll really start to get into the groove of things. You know, so like I was saying, these choices form basically like our behaviors, and our behaviors form our patterns, and our patterns form our lifestyle. So you have to be very careful about the little choices and decisions that we make every day, because they end up becoming a way of life for us. And depending on how you feel about these certain lifestyles, whether, you know, if you like them, then that's great. If you don't, then, you know, you have to be conscious about making little changes that become a new way of life for you. Okay. So this is all that I'm saying for my Pisces. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I pray this reading brought you guys some love, support, clarity, and strength. Don't forget to check out your moon, rising, and Venus sign videos if you have not already. I want to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self and spirit itself, for delivering such a beautiful message today. Hopefully you all come back to visit me sometime soon. But until next time, you guys stay safe, stay blessed, keep conquering the world, and I'll be back later. All right. Bye, guys. Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your reading. So we'll be starting off with your tarot cards first before moving on to the oracle cards. And this card all the way over here to the left is where we'll be starting. And this card is representative of the energy surrounding your health, whether that be emotional, mental, physical, or spiritual health. So let's go on ahead and take a look at the energy surrounding that for this month. And we have here the Page of Cups. Okay, so I'm seeing you guys try something new or different with your health this month, Cancer. It seems like something you thought you'd never consider, but I'm also seeing a resolution to an issue or something that may have been bothering you. There's some sort of discovery that's attached to your health, and it's not like a bad discovery or anything that I'm picking up on, but it's like the pieces of the puzzle come together, and whatever was perplexing you, I'm seeing the possibility of resolving that this month, which is awesome. And that may be why I see you guys trying something new or different with your health this month, because of this discovery. So this could also come in the form of news for you guys as well, where you receive results or news about something. But I see it easing or settling your mind if you were worried about this before. And this could be dealing with your physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual health, like I was saying. But there's definitely a discovery. This could be news you receive or your body alerting you as to what was really going on all along. And it all comes together to really make sense and it all comes together to really make sense. And I'm just kind of seeing this fish as like a, hey, like, everything's okay. I'm just kind of seeing it come through as like news of like, oh my goodness, everything's okay. And that's how I'm seeing this Page of Cups here. As well as like this fish could be a form of like a miracle where it's like something goes in a direction where maybe you weren't expecting it, where maybe professionals were telling you, you know, I really don't see anything good with this, or I don't see this panning out well. And then it's just like this miracle just kind of drops out of nowhere from the sky. And there's a fish in his cup. It's like, where did this come from? It's kind of like a miracle. So, this could be some sort of discovery or something. Like I said, it's something good where it's like, oh my goodness, okay, it's not what I thought it was, or oh my goodness, okay, I can deal with this, or I can combat this, or I can overcome this, basically. I'm seeing you definitely overcome it, but it's like some sort of miraculous sort of blessing here that comes into your life, and it's like, oh my goodness, I'm all right. Basically is what I'm saying. So let's go ahead and move on to this card here. This will be showing me the energy surrounding your relationships. So that could be your love life, it could be platonic, it could be the relationships with your family member, co-workers, just the people in your life. So let's go ahead and take a look. And we have here the Magician. Okay, so you're taking lead or direction in your relationships this November, Cancer. You're taking lead to find common ground in your relationships because it seems like everyone's very displaced. Like I can kind of see like people just like running around, not literally running around. I speak in the language of energy, so it's like when I'm seeing things, when I'm getting visuals, when I'm hearing things, it's not always literal. But it's almost like people are running around kind of Five of Pentacles energy, just sort of looking for clarity, looking for a common ground. And it's like they just can't find it. They just can't seem to come together in a way where it's peaceful, where it's harmonious, where they can work together. It's like they can't find that common middle ground, basically. And I see you taking lead with that. So I see you kind of sort of like being the glue that brings everyone or this relationship back to center. It's like you're going to ground this relationship by offering a understanding or some sort of mutual agreement or wisdom as to what needs to happen to get everyone back on board, to get everyone to work together instead of separately or against each other. I see you being the leader, sort of bringing everyone together like on the same team, where maybe you were in the middle of this disagreement or misunderstanding and you might have had nothing to do with it, but it's like you're playing middleman. It's like you're going to come in as this magician who magically finds the solution. You're going to be the one that comes in and is able to get to the root of the problem, or you are able to help these people communicate better because there's some sort of divided or displaced energy that's causing some chaos with the communication or the relationships or the people in your life. And it's like I see you coming in and saying, this is what they really mean, almost like an interpreter, because they need help to see the other's point of view. They're just so concerned with their own point of view that they can't see the other. And you're going to step in to be that common denominator because both of these parties care about you, basically. And if this is you involved in this sort of situation, then I see you almost like being the bigger person that steps in to make the first move and say sorry, or maybe you say like, hey, let's figure this out because fighting isn't going to get us anywhere, something like that. Okay, so let's go on ahead and move on to this card here. This card will be showing me the energy surrounding your finances, your career, professional life, work life, school life, whatever the case. So let's go on ahead and take a look here. And we have the Eight of Swords. So I see you feeling quite far from your goal, Cancer, and you're really coming down on yourself for that this month. You're being a little unforgiving with yourself, like this castle that's all the way in the background here of this card. Let me just hold it up. There's a castle that's all the way in this background right here. And it's like you're so far from it. You're so far from it and you're trapped in this situation. And you're so far from this this castle. You're so far from this goal, right? And it's almost like you're being a little unforgiving with yourself. Like this castle all the way in the background, that's what's pulling me in with this card. I see you feeling so far from your goal or your dreams this month. So it doesn't feel as serious as a dream. It feels like something kind of a little smaller, like maybe a goal on the way to that dream. But the interesting thing is like this goal feels heavier than the dream in a sense, because it's like you feel as though I can't even make this happen. I can't even figure this situation out. I can't even get past this. I can't even get past the very first step. You're aware that it's going to take effort and work to get to this dream, but you feel as though you can't even get started. And I see you dealing with that energy this month in terms of your career or goals or finances or school, whatever it may be. It's like, I just want to get going. Like, no, I don't need to manifest all of it. I just want to step out the front door just to get started. And it's really heavy for you. It's really weighing on you. You feel constantly like you're trying to mentally catch up to yourself, like play catch up to your dreams or goals. And it's like you can't get past this one thing. You can't get past this one something. And it's really difficult for you to get your mind to cooperate with your plans and desires and goals. There's a disconnect here where one part of you really wants to make this happen, but there's another part of you that feels a little confrontational, and it comes through as negative in a sense. Then this cycle gets started where you are mentally attacking yourself or beating yourself up for not being able to figure out how to free yourself from this issue. So, you free yourself from this issue by first stopping the flow of anxiety, which is causing you to panic. And then it's like a snowball effect, right? And then this creates so much resistance around you, because that's the issue here. It kind of starts with anxiety, with these thoughts of what if this happens? And then that causes that panic to start to rise. And then it's like a snowball effect. And this creates a lot of resistance around you. So one, you have to understand that you beating yourself up only adds another sword and another sword and another sword to this trap. Remove those traps, remove those swords by talking to yourself differently. Start with how you communicate to your being. You have to almost talk over yourself, almost like to put a spell over yourself. This is something that I think that everybody should do every day. I do it to myself every day, that's for sure. You have to really get that mind right, because the mind is what controls everything, because our perspective controls everything. So glass half full versus half empty. It's up to you how you see it, because when we tell ourselves something, it's that powerful that we end up believing it. And that's how you free yourself in order to change this situation, in order to get to this castle back here, okay? So let's go ahead and move on to this card here. This will be showing me the challenging energy that you may encounter for this month of November heading into December. And we have here strength in reverse. And this card keeps coming up for a lot of signs. Okay, so the visual I'm getting here is someone running so fast they trip over their own feet. The challenge here is you in that case, because in this card, there's a woman and a lion present, but that lion is the woman, or at least it's an extension of her. It's an aspect of her. And the lion is the woman untamed. This is her when she's just instinctively reacting, but the woman is the domesticated side. That's the more docile and logical side. So to see this in reverse is telling me that you are out of touch with one of these sides of yourself, either the domesticated side or the wild and untamed side. One of these you don't have very much restraint or control over. So sometimes you may act impulsively without really considering more options or perspectives, and then you end up tripping over your own feet. And then you end up tripping over your own movement. You end up getting yourself digging a hole for yourself. You regain control through mindfulness. And we reach a state of mindfulness by slowing down a little. That castle is always going to be there. It's not going anywhere. But if you're not careful, you'll keep adding more and more and more swords to this circle, and you'll entrap yourself even more with impulsive actions by tripping over your own feet. Okay, you'll slow your own movement down. All right, let's go ahead and check out this card here. This will be showing me the blessing energy that you'll be dealing with for this month of November. And we have here the Six of Swords. Okay, so Six of Swords. Okay, so you see the interesting thing here about this card is this person in the boat is just like this Eight of Swords here, where they're both surrounded by swords, as you can see. Let me just hold them both up. As you can see, they are both surrounded by swords. She's surrounded by swords. She's surrounded by swords. But and it looks like a trap in the Six of Swords, but this person is actually being led somewhere else. They're being guided or ushered somewhere else. The blessing here is you are in control. You decide what these swords become. They can trap you, or they can protect you as you are guided or moved into the next phase, or the next step of your life. It's totally up to you how these swords manifest. Do they destroy or do they protect? Do they drain you or do they give you life? Do they trap you or do they propel you somewhere else? The blessing is you get to decide how this plays out. Like a hammer, you can tear down or you can build something up with it. And we are the co-creators that decide the fate of that tool and what that tool does. But the tool isn't responsible or culpable for whatever happens. You are, because you are the one that is wielding the tool. So step into that control. Do not allow it to control you. So do not allow your fears and anxieties and doubts to control you. Allow them to propel you. Allow them to teach you something. Allow them to come in as lessons so that the way you can use them for your benefit. Okay? Let's go ahead and check out you guys' oracle cards here, because the oracle cards are representative of what your guides have to say for you this month, or the message that they have for you this month, okay? The first card that we have here is Winds of Change. Your surroundings will undergo transition. Yep. Moving on to the void. Then play. Look at this, you guys. New beginnings. Let this magic in my spell clear the space in which I dwell. And healing. Candle flame, burn this hour. Bring to me your healing power. Okay, so starting off with play. So this is giving me this Page of Cups vibes down here, where, like I said, I see you experimenting or trying different things out to see how it fits on you, to see if you like it or not. That's what I'm getting with this play card here, as well as I see this with the people in your life. There's someone around you that I see being pretty instrumental in helping you escape from the endless loop or fear or anxiety that is this Eight of Swords. And that's exactly how you combat these low vibrational issues, is by laughing and loving yourself through it, allowing others to help you through it, allowing others to bring you laughter and play out of this Eight of Swords. Okay, moving on to healing here. For sure, there's definitely healing that's happening here. Like I mentioned earlier, I see you helping others to find common ground. And I see others coming to your aid to help support you through this anxious situation or time that you may be experiencing. But just like, and I keep forgetting about the Magician card here. Normally the Magician card always just pulls my attention, and I keep kind of forgetting that it's here, but you're definitely working with this Magician energy for the month of November heading into December. You're definitely working with that sorcerer sort of vibe, where it's like you do have the power to change your circumstances. Don't forget that. I know that these cards are for different areas in your life. I think this one is for the relationships in your life. But that doesn't mean that you're only working with this sort of energy in just your relationships. No, you can work with any of these energies this month. You can even conjure up energies, even if they're not here present in the cards. These cards are never set in stone. We are co-creators, you guys, okay? So we really get to decide exactly how it is we use the energy, just like I was talking about with the swords. Do you want to be trapped by it, or do you want it to help free you and move you into the next step or phase in your life? Do you want it to help you get to this castle, get to your goals and dreams? Because you can decide that, and you can create that reality. You can create that version of reality for yourself. It's all up to you. Okay, so, I can definitely see you tapping into this magician, sorcerer sort of vibe and bringing in healing into your life, like with this Page of Cups. And like how I said, I saw you being the common denominator. I saw you being that person that came in to really help others heal their relationships with each other. You can definitely do that same thing for you. You can definitely heal that mind, body, spirit connection that is kind of a little bit disconnected when it comes here to this anxiety and fears. These anxiety and fears are not in alignment with your reality. They're not in alignment with your goals and dreams. Your goals and dreams are your reality. Your doubts and fears are not real. These things are conjured up by us. Okay, so conjure up strength, conjure up love, conjure up clarity. And the way that you do that is by staying focused on that dream, keeping a tunnel vision around it where you don't see anything else except for that dream, except for that goal. Okay, and moving on to Winds of Change here. So, and new beginnings. We'll do those both together. So Obviously, both are carrying the same vibration, just like the Six of Swords. You are transitioning or moving into a new phase, and you being a Cancer who relies so heavily on security feels a little destabilized when you're placed in such new situations and in new energy. But I see with this Winds of Change card, it looks like the universe. It looks like forces beyond your control are literally pushing you or moving you into this new place. And do not allow what you can't control to hijack what it is that you can control, which is your actions. Don't ever allow the universe, who is always working for you in your highest and greatest good. The universe is always working in our favor. So do not allow the universe, who is working for you, to send you into a state of fear or anxiety. If that happens, just ask yourself why you are not trusting the universe. Why aren't you trusting spirit? Why aren't you trusting this higher person? Why aren't you trusting yourself? Why aren't you trusting your dream? Why aren't you trusting your future? Why aren't you? Because it's up to you what happens with this future. It's up to you what future you create. So why aren't you trusting yourself to pick the right future? Trust yourself, okay? And then moving on to the Void here, exactly. Again, I'm seeing someone running so fast that they trip over their own feet because they're trying to fill this new empty space with old things or habits that make you feel a little safer. And that's not acting with logic. You know, the Strength card here, like I said, either you're the woman or the lion, and one of these is a little bit off. And it's causing a little bit of an imbalance here, because on a logical day where you have your wits about you, you wouldn't even think about entertaining this person or that habit or that thing from your past, especially in this new situation. But because this feels so shaky and because this situation is so new, things feel shaky, and you're a Cancer, you're someone that likes stability because stability equals safety and security to you. So you try to fill this newness, you try to fill this space, this void, with things that make this change a little more bearable for you. But don't do that, because your past will only bring on anxiety and fears. Look to this new beginning and this new change. Look towards to this new beginning and this new change. And that could be the cycle that you always constantly find yourself in. That's interesting, because this card actually comes after the Magician, and I'm getting something extra here, is that that could be the and look, we have a figure 8 above the Magician's head. I didn't even see that. What? And we have you guys, and we even have a figure 8 here on the Strength card that comes after this 8 of Swords. You guys, this is a huge thing here that I didn't notice before. I don't know how I missed it before, but I didn't. Now I'm seeing it. Okay, so that could be the endless cycle, the endless loop that you put yourself through, where it's like you go into this magician vibe, this magician energy, you tap into that sorcery vibe that you have, because you are a Cancer, you are ruled by the moon. So you do have these like sort of manifesting abilities, right? You know how to work with energy. You know how to be sensitive enough to work with energy to bring on the outcome and the reality and the change that you want to see. But when you create this newness, when you create this new space, it ends up feeling like a void to you. Like I was saying earlier, it's up to you how you look at it. Glass half full, glass half empty. You can see this as a void, or you can see this as newness. You can see this as change. You can see this as freshness. It's up to you. But you end up doing the same thing, that same sort of cycle where you create this newness, you create this opportunity, and then you beat yourself up about this opportunity because you're like, well, what if I fail at it? You're not going to fail. Look at what you've created. Look at what you've done. So it ends up becoming this cycle again, where it's like, I'm going to create something because I really want it. And then once you start to see results of that thing, you're like, oh man, this is really happening. I hope I can equate up to the standard. I hope I can, I hope I won't be subpar in this. I hope I won't fail at this. I hope I won't do this. I hope I won't do that. You know, there's all these doubts and things because Swords rules the mind. So there's all these things that start playing with your mind and telling you, well, this newness is scary. It's a void. It's not newness. It's not freshness. This is a void that you could just keep falling and falling and falling in. It's like this bottomless pit. And it's like, no, it's not. This is stable ground. This is something that you can trust. And I understand Cancers, you guys really want your security, but this is something you can trust. So don't allow yourself to get into this endless cycle or loop where I'm creating something, I'm really excited about this, and then boom, when it comes, when it starts to materialize, you're like, oh shit, what did I do? Can I handle this? Am I good enough? Am I good enough to equate up to what it is that I brought on, to the change it is that I invited in? Of course you are, because that change wouldn't have come knocking at your door if you weren't good enough. That change wouldn't have come knocking at your door if you couldn't handle it, if you weren't strong enough. You are capable. You are very, very, very capable. You just have to believe in yourself. You just got to get your brain to cooperate. So, your past will only bring on anxiety and fears. Do not look to your past to kind of help. Well, you know what? This used to make me feel comfortable. This used to make me feel good. Do not look to these things to help fill you up. And plus, we're in Scorpio season. Scorpio season is all about ridding, shedding, releasing, death, transformation. It's about change. So this is all happening for a purpose and for a reason. You are moving forward. This is stable. This is secure. This is secure, okay? Don't try to fill your space with the past, because it's only going to bring on anxiety and fears when you try to do that. Look to this new beginning and this new change. Don't rush to fill this void. Let it naturally fill up with things that suit you and this new energy that you're on. Because if you try to fill yourself with anything toxic or old, you will bring the ghosts, anxieties, fears, and doubts from your past with you. You escaped your past, okay? Or currently are in the process of escaping your past with the Six of Swords. Don't go back to this. Don't go back to being trapped, okay? All right, so this is all that I'm seeing for my Cancers. I'm sending you guys so much love, support, and strength, because you guys are really moving forward to some amazing things. But like I said, it's like you're the only one that's kind of in your way here, where it's like the only thing that you're going to trip on is yourself, is your own feet, okay? So, kind of slow it down, become more mindful. Come into a state of calmness where you're kind of slowing down those brain waves, because the faster that those brain waves move, the easier it is for those anxieties to take root and to start growing. Okay. So this is all that I'm seeing for my Cancers. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I pray that this reading brought you guys some love, support, clarity, and strength, but you're going to be okay. Don't forget to check out your moon, rising, and Venus sign videos if you have not already. I want to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self and spirit itself, for delivering such a beautiful message today. Hopefully you all come back to visit me sometime soon, but until next time, you guys stay safe, stay blessed, keep conquering the world, and I'll be back next time. All right, bye guys. All right, Scorpio, welcome to your reading. So we'll be starting off with the tarot cards before getting to the oracle cards, and I'll be starting with this card all the way over here to the left, which is representative of the energies surrounding your health for this month of November, moving into December in the Scorpio season. So this could be your mental, emotional, physical, or spiritual health. So let's see the energies surrounding that. And we have here the Star in reverse. Okay, so for those of you that live near a body of water, like an ocean, lake, river, pond, even a stream, get near it. This, for some reason, is coming to me as water. If you can immerse your body in water, even running a bath would be amazing for my Scorpios this month. If you can immerse your body in water, even running a bath would be amazing for my Scorpios this month. And if none of these are an option, then showers will work as well. Drinking a lot of water every day, really making sure that you are filling your body with water, because water is purifying to the body. So there's the element of water that's really standing out for me for my Scorpios in terms of your health this month. And I remember about a week before the Scorpio full moon a few months ago in May, because I'm a Taurus sun. So during Taurus season a few months ago, when the full moon was in Scorpio and it was about to hit, I had the strongest urge to get to the ocean or to be immersed in water. And I couldn't figure out why until I realized, like, oh, that's right, Scorpio is a fixed water sign, and it's also my opposing sign as a Taurus, a fixed earth sign. So this is telling me, especially for my Scorpios, a message like this concerning health didn't come through for any other sign, just you guys. But water is going to be so important this month for you guys. Water is grounding. It's how you reconnect to your center. It's how you align mind, body, and spirit, as well as this is how you purify your being, your energy body. So if you've been drawn to water lately, just wanting to be around it or near it or immersed in it like a bath, maybe even using it for scrying, like in a bowl of water, drinking a lot more water, or eating a lot more vegetables and fruit, a lot of foods that have a lot of water within them. Any sort of activity involving water is going to be highly effective for you guys this month. As well as I'm getting the message to, before you drink your water this month, going into December, talk over it. Almost like put a spell over it. The molecular structure of water can be manipulated by our energy. So before you drink water, try to remember to speak over, to ask to ask for whatever you want or are trying to attract. If you want health, peace, prosperity, a soulmate, if you want to operate at a higher vibration, if you want or need healing, manifestation, talk over that drink of water, what it is that you want, and bind your intentions to it so that as this water nourishes your body, your intentions and prayers are traveling throughout your entire being. This will match your vibration to what you are asking for, and it will manifest so much easier in your life when your energy is aligned with it, okay? And moving on to this card here, this will be showing me the energy surrounding your relationships. So that could be romantic, platonic, your family relationships, your coworkers, just the people in your life in general. So let's go on ahead and take a look at the energy surrounding that. And we have here the Hermit. So normally this means getting space and time to yourself, and this may mean that for some of you, but I'm seeing this for many of my Scorpios as you're searching for depth with the people in your life. You're trying to understand them better from a deeper point of view. For example, it's like that realization that many of us realize later on in life where it's like, man, my parents were always preaching about this and that, and now I finally understand what they were saying. And it's like you develop this deep appreciation for the wisdom that they gave you before you even knew you needed it. And when these realizations happen, it makes us want to know or hear even more wisdom from this person or source. That was just an example. But the energy is the same here, where it's like a lot of realizations are coming in through the form of your relationships. So it's like your relationships are almost like this channel to this deeper understanding of yourself. So much wisdom is coming from the people in your life, and their words and messages have helped you discover deeper meaning within yourself and your own life and your own divine journey. So some of you may need or want space from others. I could see a lot of revelations coming to you by being in this quiet space where certain memories or conversations reappear to you in this quiet place, and it gives you this aha moment or this, oh my God, it makes so much sense now, or hey, that's the answer, or that's the solution to this issue or to this problem, or that's what I'm feeling, that's what I'm experiencing. And honestly, it's really a gift and it's a blessing because it just makes you not feel alone at the end of the day. When you can relate to others that are going through a similar situation or experiencing a similar feeling or a similar circumstance, it makes you feel less alone. The scariest thing that any of us can go through is to experience our hardest moments alone. And, that's very scary, but at the same time, it's very powerful. But what I'm seeing here is like, you feeling less alone, you feeling like I can get through this. It's going to offer you clarity. It's going to offer you strength, and it's going to offer you deeper understanding and a lot more wisdom. So I'm seeing your relationships help you get to a place in November where you are more in tune and connected to your own self. Even if some people or relationships have hurt you in the past, I'm seeing you find meaning in that pain or disappointment. There's a lot of meaning discovered this month for you, but it's pretty profound. So if you've been doing the work, let me just say that you're going to have some really profound revelations. If you haven't, I still see some form of understanding coming to you, but you may not have the awareness to realize that this profound moment is happening if you haven't been doing internal work, okay? So let's go ahead and move on to this card here. This will be showing me the energy surrounding your finances, career, professional life, school life even, okay? So let's see what we have going on here. And we have beautiful, the Magician in reverse. Another major arcana card for my Scorpios. This is a really big, important, intense time for you guys to receive a huge portion of wisdom. I see you plugging into a stream of flow for your career or professional life or educational life. It's like you're not trying. That's what I'm seeing here. It's like you're not trying, because the thing about the Magician is he's a doer. He's proactive. He brings all his elements together. He channels energy and he ends up creating. So even though this is in reverse, the crazy thing that I'm seeing about this card right now is that it's actually more powerful in reverse than upright, because upright, the Magician, like I said, he's doing, but in reverse, I see him becoming. I see him plugging into his own stream of magic and energy. Because this is in reverse, it's coming after he's been upright and has performed his spell or has performed his magic, however you want to look at it. Now he's in reverse because he's waiting. He's saying that he's performed. He's done everything on his end. Now he's sitting back, allowing his work to work for himself. That's what's happening. He's allowing his work to work for himself. So many of you have already performed career-wise, educationally. You've done what you needed to do. Now you need to let your work speak for you. Allow your work to work for you. Allow the seeds that you've planted to grow, because seeds know what to do. They know how to grow on their own in the right conditions. Do you need to make the seed grow? No, you don't. All you have to do is provide the right conditions. Maybe some sun, light, water, air, and patience is all you need. You've provided the right environment. It's time to wait now. I'm also hearing the word confidence. You have to maintain high confidence in the work that you've done, Scorpio. Your energy is attached to your magic, to your work. So if you doubt what you've done, how can this thing materialize in the way that you want it to? Or it could materialize, but it might be a lot less of what it is that you were expecting. It might not be what you wanted if this thing does materialize, but you're lacking that confidence in what it is that you've asked for, or what it is that you think that you're capable of. So if you doubt what you've done, this thing won't materialize in the way that you want it or need it to. That's all you have to provide to that seed is your energy. Keep it confident. You don't have to maintain positive, high energy all the time, even though it helps, but that's irrelevant. All you need to do is know that your magic, your work has already taken root. It began to take root the second you decided, I want this, or I want that, or I want you. The second you made that decision, energy in the metaphysical plane began to come together for you. The seed is growing. Know that your confidence is your power. Your confidence in what you've already done is what will make your dreams a reality, is what will bring your dreams into fruition, okay? So let's go ahead and move on to this card here. This will be showing me the challenging energy that you may face for this month of November heading into December. And we have here, yeah, exactly, the 9 of Cups. That's what I was just talking about this. So yes, exactly. You being content with yourself, you believing in yourself, knowing that you are enough, knowing that you are powerful, that you can generate the reality that you want. That's going to be the challenge for you this month, Scorpio. It's knowing that you are enough, that your power is strong by itself. You don't need any other outside source of power. You already have everything you need. Look at the cards here. Just take a look at the cards here. Not one of these cards have more than one person in them, because the cards are trying to say that you are enough. The cards are trying to make you see how powerful you are alone, by yourself, without even involving another person, without even involving another source of power, because they want you to remain not hopeful, because the cards here want you to remain not necessarily hopeful, because you don't need hope when you know. The cards want you to have almost this mental breakthrough where you dance along the lines of what some would say is denial, delusional, or crazy, because you know you can have anything that you want. People always have something to say about dreamers, right? Until that dream materializes. People always have something to say about dreamers, right? People always have something to say about dreamers until that dream materializes. Then everyone wants to know how you did it. Then you're not so crazy or delusional. Now you're this godlike creature to people because you did something that they couldn't do, which is believe. You had something that they couldn't find, which is faith. You saw past your limitations because you plugged into your own divinity. You guys, the magician. He's a sorcerer. He's a man, yes, but he's a magician because he knows how to do what others can't, which is to plug into his own divine power to manifest what others deemed impossible. You keep going, Scorpio, and don't stop. I don't care how asinine your dreams sound. Do not stop. It's always impossible until it isn't. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to this card here. This will be showing me the blessing or fortunate energy that you'll be working with for this November moving into December. And we have here the Queen of Cups. Beautiful. Okay, so the thing I love about this Queen of Cups is her cup is closed. That's the one thing that I always noticed about this queen. The same thing that she's the queen of, she has cut off. See, this taps right back into what I was saying, which is you are the Queen of Cups. You do have needs, wants, and desires, but you are not enslaved to them. You've closed the need for these things off the same way that this Queen of Cups has closed her cup. She's adorned it and dressed this chalice up to be beautiful, showing that she respects, loves, admires, and honors this thing, this cup here. But she does not rely on it. It doesn't make her any more or less of a queen to have this cup open or closed. She doesn't need it. These dreams goals and wants you have are closed off for you. That's what you've done here. That's the blessing here. The blessing here is you see what you want, but you've detached from it. You are not enslaved to it. It does not make you any less or more worthy if this thing is in your life or not. And because of that, the universe sees you as, oh, you're operating on the same frequency and vibration of this thing. And watch it get hand delivered to you because of that. You don't need it. You want it and wouldn't mind having it, but you don't need it. When we need something, the universe sees that as desperation, because we feel a lack of that thing. When we align with what we want or need, it comes to us so easily because the universe matches the vibrations it is that we send out. So if you want something, match it. Don't depend on it though, because you are still a king or a queen with or without it. So I know that this can be difficult. Nine of Cups here, feeling fulfilled as if you have this thing already when you don't in reality. But that's the key to getting it, Scorpio. I see you tapping into that sorcery this month, again, like the magician, where you sit back and collect. And again, just one person is in this card. And every single tarot card we have down here is just one person in this card. So the cards for this month are really focusing on you tapping into your own source, rooting yourself in what it is that purifies you and charges you up, which is water, and falling into your own divine purpose, falling into your own divinity. The only way for us to fall into our own divinity is to come into alignment with that, is to come into mind, body, and spirit alignment. I believe that that's why I was getting such a strong message for water for this card over here, because that's what's really going to set you up to have this confidence, to be able to believe in yourself, to feel really good, to feel really charged up, to feel really high vibrational, to feel confident, honestly, to know who you are, to know what it is that you're doing works. You really have to connect back to center to be able to get there. It's that root chakra. Okay. So let's go ahead and check out you guys' oracle cards here to see what else it is that we're seeing for your month of November heading into December. I set the intention for the oracle cards that they would represent a message from your guides. So let's see what your guides have to say to you. And the very first card here, look at this, you guys, the talisman. You are destined to succeed. Exactly. I knew that magician in reverse was actually a really good sign. The next card, beautiful. Look at this, the universe. So beautiful. Then we have love, wisdom on a Wednesday with a waxing moon. Let wisdom come and be renewed. Authenticity. Who I truly am is good indeed. I am authentic in thought, word, and deed. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so starting off with love and the universe, this is saying to me to tap into that universal stream, just like the magician here. You have to tap into a space like this Nine of Cups as well, where you feel complete, whole, and like you are more than enough already. That is so important for you guys this month, where you love yourself so much, with or without this thing. Authenticity, you guys, just read the first line here. Who I truly am is good indeed. Again, you are more than enough. You are already good. You are already king or queen with or without this thing, with or without this cup. Wisdom. Yes, I told you guys, I saw wisdom coming to you through your relationships or other people with this Hermit card here. So expect some pretty big revelations or discoveries or things just really making sense that help provide you some comfort, security, and confidence. When we know is when we're most confident. And that's how I see this wisdom and revelations hitting you this month, where this wisdom provides you more assurance because you feel like you understand and know more. So you feel even more equipped to handle life. And the talisman, you guys. You are destined to succeed. Do I have to say more? All you have to do is know who you are, be confident, and stand tall in your own power, Scorpio. Stand in your power. You are the sign of power. You rule power, okay? Stand tall in that. Embrace that. You are the most powerful being this month. That is for sure. Embrace that. Okay. This is all that I'm seeing from my Scorpios. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Don't forget to check out your moon, rising, and Venus sign video if you have not already. I pray this reading brought you guys some love, support, clarity, and strength. I want to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and spirit itself for delivering such a beautiful message today. Hopefully you all come back to visit me sometime soon. But until next time, you guys stay safe, stay blessed, keep conquering the world, and I'll be back later. All right. Bye, guys.